we doing is
We connected at the bottom, like the letter V. That's my shit.
hello. And we gonna
Connected at the bottom like the letter V. That's a Nipsey
you know what I'm saying? We
line.
gonna double back
Lyric
right
right there.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
did.
So we're gonna make this as quick as possible.
Yeah.
We gonna do a little pod? You guys gonna do a little pod?
Yeah.
Word up.
And a little I'm about to do a podcast right now.
I said all that.
No, he not. He making up stuff.
I'm lying like
Oh shit.
This is not work.
Right.
You got your car out the ditch? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
So I have two that been running that long. The other one is a punk rock.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
The other one, the girl gets a punk rock band every week.
I'm in Riverside right now.
For free.
When I go home, I'll hit you up so we can hop on the
She's in
game.
that scene and they'll just come because she has that many
Yes,
people
sir.
watching.
Right.
And they'll come, set up their shit, play the show, then do the talk show part. And
That's the man.
I've been doing that one since 2009, 2010.
Damn, that's a good team.
Did you show them more girls?
That's what I was telling you.
The white people. I call them
Yeah.
white people.
White people.
Well, I didn't show them, but I
The white people.
No, because they come thick, bro.
Hey, she had shows where she would have like 30, 40 people there.
Yeah, bro.
She would set up a bar selling beer and stuff.
Damn.
And this the thing about that I love about them. They support you. So if they know that they in the like they want to buy what you got too.
Right.
Oh, she had a edibles company was sponsoring her, and she has a Wix beer was sponsoring her.
And they used to give us free beer.
So
And
they would give her all the beer that she sold. That's how she would make money. She would sell the beer they gave her at the show.
she was the first one that really had real sponsors.
I need that because my podcast is originally a weed podcast.
Yeah, so what you want to do is
He
I'm gonna tell you how you get sponsors for weed.
And she had a
You
edibles
smoke that
company.
weed and you critique it. So what you want to do is I have an Instagram that I built for my
That
girl.
could be a whole nother element of the show. It has to be.
Yeah, what I did for my show, what I did for my girl was because see I'm big on I'm big on digital real estate.
Yes.
The game has changed. If we're able to own space on the internet, and we're able to take a platform that is free and make revenue off of it, then that is a lifeline of real estate. If you don't see that as a house as good as a house, then you tripping.
Right.
So what I did, I told my girl, I was like, we smoke all this weed. I spend like $900 in weed a week. Like she's retarded. Feel me?
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's build an Instagram. So we call the Instagram page called Lifted Cannabis Review. Now the thing is, for me and her to smoke some weed and put the camera on, and we're gonna be like, we like this cakewalk from Cookies, or we don't like this cakewalk from Cookies, or this I get this one, and the way I'm gonna have we're gonna rate the weed. I'm gonna put the smoke emoji. So 5 smoke emojis means it's fire.
Yeah,
Number
rating
one.
system.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is gonna either piss off
Somebody
or it's going
make
send,
that
they're gonna send a pack in the mail.
Right, here you go.
DM you, hey, what's your address? And we'll send you smoke this one for me. That's how we end up smoking for free. That's how we end up getting it. You know what I'm saying? But my first one I can help you out with, I'm gonna introduce you to my boy Davin Carts. Davin Carts he does carts. But he just did a festival in Corona at a go-kart spot that I headlined last 2 weeks ago. He's going all around the country right now.
You in here?
Promoting his brand.
You said you wanted to hop on too. What you mean?
And,
Like that?
and see if we can get
Like
you guys
that?
to
Well, what
see
about-
if
he gonna
he's
hop on?
interested in becoming a sponsor for your podcast.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
That's what I say. That's what I like. I do that.
Pull the trigger.
We have to make that a set, Brittany. We have to make that another day
Yeah,
show.
I mean, you still be
We
on the
can make
audio.
it another day show,
so we
but it's definitely gonna have to be implemented into higher level.
yeah. So we do the interviews on Wednesday.
That's the
On
man
another
behind
day
the
for
camera.
the shoot, the rating,
Yeah.
weed rating. This is
And
the reading.
then that could be a source of
Well, I
promotion
did my own
Yeah.
for
show
your
too.
upcoming
No, you did.
show.
Right,
So his
exactly.
show was
You know,
hard.
or
He did karaoke.
the show, depending on what day it falls on.
People from
But the
all
thing
over.
is,
You can market
I'm
that on
working
TikTok all
closely with
day.
him to make
I
sure
had
it
people
all
from all over the United
comes
States.
pushes
dude.
through.
Right.
And they would cut.
But
I had
yeah,
people, I had
adding
one
that
dude
element
from
Yeah.
Australia
is going
to
to
come do my show.
Yes.
That's dope.
Because what I didn't know,
the Asian market
what I didn't know
right
until I met him was
Yeah.
that there was a karaoke community.
Yeah.
His co-host is a black woman, and they went around everywhere around the country, and people came to them, and they did karaoke in their living room and was on his show.
That's dope.
In New Mexico. That cat you showed me in New
That's
Mexico.
lit.
What happened with that?
It ran for like I didn't miss a show for 5 years straight. Every
Which
week.
one is 2 kinds, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
5
work.
years
Hey,
straight.
I commend you. Not stopping 5 years straight.
2009 to like 2000 whatever.
It was like 2014.
14 or whatever.
Yeah, that's work right there.
And then we took a year off or so. Then we did another year.
Yeah.
Then we took another couple of years off, and then we did. Try to bring it back just last year. And then
COVID stopped it.
hit. Yeah.
I was talking to the chair.
Man,
standing up.
5 years.
We was having a conversation.
Shoot, I'm on a year and a half journey of doing this
You
podcast
know how
thing.
your parents tell you don't move?
My biggest
Like
thing
when
is
you
just
started
being able to
playing or
educate,
something?
have conversations that people normally don't hear. You know what I'm saying? Get that information.
See, another thing is too, that's what they want to hear. Like a lot of people don't know how to learn
Yeah.
or don't know who to learn from. So when you give a person something, first it has to be thought provoking. Anything that make your mind move is worthy of your attention. You know what I'm saying? So and I'll tell you, like with the podcast, I learned so much. I learned all that from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just going to him like, yo, bro, I just figured this out, or let's try this.
The mics are hot.
Yeah, we on right now?
Yeah, the mics are hot.
Oh, we on.
I'm audio on my phone.
Okay.
Cameras on.
Well, shit, you started off.
You know what I'm saying? I used to just start it off rolling in, you know what I mean, let the conversation flow, but I welcome you to Relative Vision TV,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, where we seek vision, you know what I mean, health holistically, you know what I mean, and learning how to live prosperous, you know what I mean, learning how to see God in yourself and in others, you know what I mean, so it's all about building together, you know what I mean, I've been with my team all day, you know what I mean, making big moves, you know what I mean, trying to change the world one day at a time, you know what I'm saying, we all made leaps to be where we at, and we striving to get somewhere different, you know what I mean, like we've been talking about all day. We got somewhere to be, you know what I mean? We all willing to take those steps. That's why this room is so special right now. You know what I mean? So we look up to a lot of people. I don't know, but Kobe was a big influence for me. Nipsey also, you know what I'm saying? I see people moving in the game, but one thing I noticed in the game is that we don't have anybody that's like a talking for us type of people in on a higher level, especially politics. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had Barack Obama. Just because he looked like us doesn't mean he was necessarily for us, but we got to be the ones to step forward and make that change and put somebody we know in that position. You know, and that's a big thing for me. You know what I mean? Especially where we going. We got to rub shoulders with the right people, and those people start making those litigation changes on that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So the world start to look a little bit different.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm a big advocate on each one, teach one, and just to go back on the Kobe and Nipsey thing. Like for me, it was like I used to hear people say they cry when a celebrity died.
Yeah.
And I used to kind of maybe I looked at it like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But when Nip died, I stayed in the bed for 3 days. You know what I mean? Like I stayed in my bed. Like, and the reason why I looked at myself as the same age as that man. And then I viewed his success.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, with that success, I don't want it. You know what I mean? And then Kobe died. And I love Kobe so much that people called me like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like called me about
Hey,
it. Like,
we didn't believe it. We thought it was fake.
You know what I mean? But they like, hey, yo, Chris, you good? Like, yeah, I'm at. When I read it, I was at a gas station. Like, I literally held some random man in my arms. Like, bro, we gonna be alright. Like,
we gonna be
good.
straight.
I don't even know this man to this day.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was saddening, man. It was, and for me, like, I get where you coming from, because when you search for knowledge and truth and you actually get it from certain people,
Right.
you know, they could be your friend that you don't know. And they could be a mentor that you don't know.
Yeah, but you gotta be listening.
Yeah, you
You
know what
gotta
I
be
mean?
listening. You gotta have your ears open.
Yeah, you have to take the bitter with the sweet. Like my homeboy called me today, like, Cred, I need help with my music release. And I'm like, you know, bro, I came to you 2 months ago and I tried to tell you like what to do. But when I tried to do that, y'all took it like I was trying to take charge, or that I was trying to belittle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
You gotta
now,
be able to be a soldier. You
Right.
gotta be able to listen.
But you're not looking at the play. You're not looking at the people that you kick it with are trying to X-nay me out the play. I genuinely want to help you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because you're naive to that, I have to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Because
well, that's not your responsibility. How they take it, your obligation is to plant that seed.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you plant that seed and then you move on to whoever. Because sometimes it's not their time. Sometimes they haven't gone through the water all the way, the mud. Sometimes God still needs to teach them a lesson. It's not your job to interfere with that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you said that because my honest response to him was, "Oh, I want to release my bro. Pick a date. First, you gotta start with a date.
Yeah. What's the action plan?
What's the plan?
What's the action plan?
But that was our initial phone call. When I got on the phone, I'm like, yo, what's the plan? Da, da, da. Oh, we got a plan. All right, cool. Now he calling them, cussing them out today.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, they didn't have no. They ain't got.
What you do though?
Well, this is what I'm gonna do. Look, I'm gonna tell you, pick a date. Stop letting people handle your business for you.
Right.
When you are big.
Look out.
Yeah.
It's either in you or not though, because there's role players and there's stars. So we talk about Kobe and Nip.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they related so much. I'm not saying they was the best of friends, but it was like when you see something, you see a hustler, you know a hustler when you see him. So Kobe always talked about the work, putting in the work. I'm in the gym, you know, I threw up in air balls. I went to UCLA that night and I shot from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning. Questioned myself if I made the right move, and he said, you got me fucked up. I belong here. Mm-hmm. He put in the work and became Kobe Bryant.
Come on.
Nipsey, same thing in a different.
Crazy.
He put in the work. He always talked about stuck in the grind. I'm in the grind, and we all in the fucking grind.
We're in the grind.
So Kobe and Nip, to have two niggas like that, like you said, when Nip died, it was just like, I got sick that night. I was doing Lyft in LA, and I got sick. I got home, and somebody told me Nipsey got shot. I think you called me and said Nipsey got shot, and I was like, right then I knew when I said he got shot, I knew he was gone, because if you're going to get to Nipsey, you kill him. So I was like, yeah, it's over. So I just couldn't believe it. It was just like everybody else's reaction. Yeah. And I ended up picking up his partner's sister on a Lyft ride that next day, Fat's sister.
That's crazy.
And she got in the car, and I was talking to her about the death with somebody, and she like, it's different when it's your family. And I'm like, who the fuck was talking to you, first of all? Mm-hmm. And then she was like, this is my brother. And then she showed a picture of Fats.
Oh, you did not know that she
I didn't know that was her. And she was like, oh shit. So I had a whole conversation
so he peeled back a scab.
I was like, my bad, sorry about that. Like, I didn't know. But she was cool. Mm-hmm. And then Kobe, when that shit happened, I'm like probably the biggest Kobe fan ever. And
you know what? that not to cut you off, but the one thing that really messed me up. Yeah. So we lost Nip, right? Yeah. We lose Kobe. Yeah. And the world got sick.
Yeah. Coronavirus, right after that.
You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, like one thing I felt about Corona, it was a damp time. Yeah. Because it was like, yo, like you could feel the world is sick. Right. I don't know if y'all felt, but I felt I was like, the days are different.
I don't think that was a defining time for me, but I already felt like that. The things that we're going through right now, if you look at it, you know what I'm saying? You go to dinner with people, mm-hmm. I see people, you know what I mean, right across from each other, not even interacting with one another. Yeah. So what type of relationship do you really have?
Yeah. But where does that come? But where does that come from? We can take that back to that being everything being on social media. Let's go there. Everything.
I mean, you got to use it as a tool.
But you're connected to your phone. As a parent, can you come in a situation and say, hey, device is off at 7 o'clock. We're going to sit at the table and have dinner tonight. Yeah. And then after we're done having dinner and family time, then you get your phone back or you get it back the next day.
Right.
Well,
they all die.
It goes a little deeper than that, though, because especially in the lesser fortunate or the people that don't make a lot of money.
Right.
That type of shit is raising their kids because they're at work. I mean, it's not like a lot of people are trifling. I'm not saying it's not some fucked up people out there, but a lot of people are at work all day.
Yeah, so it's raising my kids.
It's raising my kids. You know what I'm saying? Or
parents right. My kids.
Share my kid.
Or go pay the bills.
Exactly.
One
so
or the other.
I gotta go to work. If this social media is keeping you outside from gangbanging and fucking everybody and doing stupid shit, then fucking be on social media.
Well, I think that the games and the social media, I think that with so much to be able to be seen, it desensitizes people.
Yeah. It does.
You know what I mean? And when you desensitize to murder and you think that
that's how sick you
I
are.
can murder this person and they'll be back tomorrow.
Right.
That's mental health.
Sick.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, most people they do murder, commit a murder, and they're like, I was just mad.
Emotions.
I didn't mean to kill this person.
Right.
But your mind is already desensitized to murder, so that's why we see all these young kids killing each other, and they doing it. You know why I believe so? It's because they've been playing Grand Theft Auto for the last 10 years,
Man.
pulling up on niggas, shooting their blocks up,
Right.
and smoking weed and buying hookers,
Right.
to where when you get in the real world, that's what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to do.
You
Right.
condition your brain.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this blicky, I'm gonna shoot your whole block up.
Right.
They'll be back tomorrow,
Right.
Yeah.
because it's a new game.
Right.
Nah,
It's not. It's real life.
ain't nobody coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like when Nip got killed, when Eric Holder killed Nip, it was the same thing. You could tell that was somebody who was in a lot of pain, and whatever was said, he took it like everybody said it. He took it like everybody's against me.
Yeah.
So if I can't have it, you can't have it. That's sickening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But another thing we gotta work on as a people is mental health.
Right.
Check up on your people.
Yeah.
Ask your girlfriend how she doing today. Not because you want to get in her drawers, but because she got thoughts going through her head that you may not know.
Yeah.
So you need to go a couple weeks of breaking into her psyche and moving in upstairs to understand where her opinion is. Because you'll really find out something about that person. And it go vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people they go in that shell, and then they don't let the expression out, and then they kill somebody.
Man.
Or themselves.
My homeboy just got killed. Rest in peace. Born Fly. Or he was stabbed by his girl. Yeah, he's in the street from a hood.
Yeah.
He did all that gang banging.
Person next to him.
And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, you know what I mean? I ain't, that's not my place to talk, but I'm just saying I seen it. And I'm like, oh, he got killed. We're already thinking, oh, okay, streets.
Right.
But he's too fun of a cool guy to get killed in the streets, because if he would have got killed in the streets, it would have been a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the one next to him, maybe it was the last straw. And she stabbed him, and you know what I mean? But you not knowing what type of mental health you putting on this woman by running her through the ringer, by her accepting your cheating, accepting this, accepting that, accepting that, accepting this, accepting that, accepting your baby mama, accepting that, accepting the kid coming over, accepting that, accepting you telling her to shut the hell up, accepting you to put your hands on her, and you expect what you expect.
So it's accountability at this point.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Because if we don't check on each other, bro, then we can't be mad at how we look as a whole.
Right.
So how do we start to build these healthy relationships in our community with the people closest to us?
Communicate.
That's
Talk.
our biggest problem.
Talk.
Communication.
I'm scared to tell you that I'm doing bad. Why? Because you got that gold watch on. You scared to tell me you're doing bad.
Exactly.
You doing bad today.
Pride. Like
Tomorrow,
you were saying
nigga, we can make a couple bands.
Right. Right. Exactly. But you got
in a couple hours.
That's the thing, though. You gotta keep it real. You gotta learn how to keep it real, but you can't. You gotta watch who you keep it real.
Sis said that earlier. We prideful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We got that in our blood.
Yeah,
we
we
come
do.
from African queens and queens
Proud
and
people.
kings. So when you talk about let's talk about Hannibal, or we could talk about Kunta Kinte, you know what I mean? Like we could talk about so many people. We could talk about Shaka Zulu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shaka Zulu war tactics is still being used today in military to this day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you see people with the shields, Africans had the cowhide with the shield to block the spear, right? That came from us. We are born fighters. We are born prideful people.
Right.
This is they call it the motherland.
Right.
Somebody proud had to say that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The colors of their flag is red, green, and black. The red is for the blood, the black is for the color, and the green is for the nature, right? For the land. So if we come from that, then somebody already showed us the cheat codes, and our ancestors have left the cheat codes to show us how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And then what they do, at the end of the day or during the week, they do a tribal dance. They pray to their ancestors. Everybody in the community clapping, dancing, grandma to the little kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we come from. Italian people make Italian food. And and mom cooked the food and they put it on the table, everybody eating like
I don't
she
think
said.
they sound like that.
I'm just talking, you know.
No.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what the,
Yeah,
I don't know what
they
you just
sound.
said.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just said on that level, like everybody,
That's their culture.
everybody is proud
I'm
of
saying
their
the way
culture.
he
Right,
said it.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all proud of our cultures. And I think that, you know, what we've been fed and what people have put into our minds, we've been bamboozled out of our kingship, our royalty, our empire.
Yeah.
And so for us to rebuild that, we gotta take a page out of Harriet Tubman's book, bro. Like we gotta take a page out of her book, bro.
Break that down.
Meaning, conjugate and shut the fuck up.
Simple.
Conjugate, know the codes,
Did she say that?
know the language. No, but she didn't say it, but her actions showed that.
Right.
So
That was the
what she
example.
did was, I'm gonna tell you why I love Harriet Tubman, because once she escaped, and she built a railroad for people to escape. The one thing that was dope about her was she did things that most men were scared to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from there, what she did was she built a rhetoric and a language. If you see that spoon, that's the Underground Railroad. If you want to go back, I'm going to kill you. Because you going back to this master is going to jeopardize this whole mission.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You understand me? That's gangster. You know what I mean? It's not niggas, it's not men built like that today.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass cross-dressed to travel across borders. He did cross-dressing. He dressed up like a woman and was married to a white woman. You understand what I'm saying?
That man right there powerful. He done been through it all.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't learn from just them.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin wanted to be a Mason so bad he got on a boat for 4 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a first generation American. He wanted to be a Mason so bad he took a chance to boat sinking, disease. Who willing to take them chances? Who's really willing to get in the fire and say, you know what? I'm willing to put my life on the line for not only my lineage, my legacy, but for my people. Rappers can't do that. A rapper can't do that.
Yeah.
You know why? Because a rapper is viewed in a certain perspective.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a rapper. Has nothing to do with this podcast. This is me speaking as a person.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him about you before you came here. I was like, he a rapper, but they started laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, he a rapper,
Yeah.
but he bigger than that.
Yeah,
it's much bigger than that. That's one thing that this man does throughout all these avenues in life.
Yeah, rapping is my sanity.
Right.
Rapping is my music has always been my therapy. My mother died at 10 years old from AIDS, from another man. You know what I mean? From a man that gave it to her that she loved. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I couldn't talk about it. Well, I'm older now, so me saying that is bringing
But
awareness.
that's that communication that you're able to have. You got to be able to get that testimony for people to be able to hear that. You got to get that off your chest.
You got to be embarrassingly honest.
Yeah.
If you want to be likable and you want to be viewed as somebody,
can't take yourself too serious.
You got to be embarrassingly honest. You got to be able to say, yeah, nigga, I fart. We all do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what's now? Oh, you farted. I ain't want people like, you farted. It's okay. Somebody has to get that out.
about 5 minutes ago.
You know, yeah, but you want to be
No, there's something about that. No, take that back.
No, but what I mean by that is anybody can have a slip fart.
Right.
Right? If you just farting, then you nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty them motherfucker. Because you could walk around the corner, get that out, and come back and talk. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be
Oh, that's different.
But what I mean by that
Just
is
let them
No, when
go.
these kids do
I'm
what they
letting
think
it go.
is funny.
I'm letting them
Because-
go.
And I be ready
It's like
to.
today,
That's some
I
respect.
I'm letting
had
them go.
I had a
I'll be
meeting with my
ready to-
nurse because I'm on dialysis.
Okay.
And I just came out the hospital. What day was that? Thursday. Last Thursday.
Yes.
So I have nurses and the whole team, right? So they come today. And I had got my breakfast before they had came, right? So he came and I'm sitting up there like, this nigga need to leave because my stomach is on.
Oh, you was holding it in?
Oh my God. I was like, now
You
this
would've
is not
looked
good
on
for my
your
health.
Right.
I kept saying, this is not good for my health. He just talked, and we talking about photography. He's my nurse,
Oh, no.
but he's a photographer. So
You ran into that one.
You should have been like, dog, put on the mask real quick because I'm about to blow your shit up.
he had on two.
That is disgusting.
You should have blew it up.
I was sitting there like,
That is so nasty.
okay, you know, you walking somebody out the door. All right, see ya.
Run to the bathroom.
I'm over here like,
That's when I be like, check your
Human
drawers.
is fun.
Make sure you ain't. Make
I
sure
check it, but I'm before.
your
Fuck that. I
drawers.
don't know that shit. Hell
But
no.
just like that,
me.
like this, her telling that story, like that is
I
real.
be talking
Yeah.
about that.
That's real, but like she's talking about the kids. The kids are desensitized.
Yeah.
They're numb.
You know?
But you know what? It's not just it's not just the kids desensitized. It's the adults. It depends on, you know what I'm saying, what your environment has been. It really depends on that. I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
On the phone with my sister on a lunch break, walk outside. We hear gunshots. Now she's on the phone. She starts speaking in tongues and praying. If you know my sister, you know she's speaking in tongues and praying. And she like, Camila, she was like, get out the car and run into the office. Where you know you sitting in I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot. And I'm like, nah, you know where the bullets is coming from, bro. You think I'm about to hop out the car right now? I said, no. I was like, let me look first. All right, cool. When it was safe, then I went in. But my whole point is how she was just so like concerned, and it was just like, nah, the bullets wasn't close enough. You understand what I'm saying? As I'm listening, it wasn't close enough.
Yeah.
So I knew if I had to hop out the car, it wasn't gonna be a problem.
And you knew that the chance of getting outside the car was more dangerous than staying in.
There you go.
Because I got an engine block.
I got a shell.
Yeah,
I got
right.
somewhat of a shell now.
Yeah.
But see, she
Instead of
didn't
just
know
flesh,
that.
look.
Yeah,
She
game.
didn't know that.
I'm gonna give y'all some game. If you in the car, there's bullets ringing, get under that engine.
Yeah.
Get underneath that engine block because ain't nothing going through that. You understand me?
Right.
But that's just something that, you know, like she said, it's just we know when we lived in these communities and we lived under these conditions, we know danger and we know when it's time to leave and we know when it's real.
How to park.
You know, we always look at that mass shooting shit like, nigga, not me.
Right.
Not,
Yeah, they're talking about shooting in Miami and stuff. Like
Not-
you wouldn't catch me coming out
Are
the
you
club.
kidding
getting
me?
hit.
Yeah, but that also go back to yo, what you entertain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
Who
you making
you
music,
surrounding yourself with.
yeah, you surround yourself around that type of like I come from that, so my shit is like I love the hood. When I'm able to go to the hood, when I'm going to go to Jordan Downs and I see all them kids and them black people, I love that shit.
Yeah.
People be looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Nigga, I come from this.
Yeah, I understand it.
I spent
Yeah.
the night in this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I lived in this.
Yeah.
It may not have been this exact project,
Right.
but I understand them. Even if they don't know, I understand them.
And you still know some of their family
And I
members. You
still-
still know some of the babies that were born back then when you was growing up.
Come on.
Now they like right here. You
Come
kind
on.
of like when you walk in, you able to connect with them. You able to vibe with them.
And they
they look up to you.
So
If they don't see you out there doing everything else, they see everybody else doing.
So what she said?
Yeah.
What she said? They watching us. So at the end of the day, what am I supposed to do if a kid is watching me? I'm supposed to give him some type of hope.
Right.
Hey, bro, what you do? Keep doing it, bro. Keep grinding. If you need help, here go my phone number. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga like, yeah, man, I just met a nigga that was going, man, he can help. You know what I mean? Those things are the things that I was talking about mental health. We gotta be able to tap in with the less fortunate, with the less people, because just because you live in a project don't mean you're less fortunate.
Right.
But I guarantee your resources are scarce. You got a great idea, but the resources are scarce, and what you
Ain't
gonna
nothing
do?
with the idea.
I just seen a kid. He built an app for black businesses to connect.
What's the name of the app? He got it out yet?
I don't know the name of the app, but I will say this. If you want to find the story is about Puffy. Puffy had something to do with it, but he didn't buy the app from the kid, he stole it. So the kid made a post. He said, hey, I'm a less fortunate kid. I made this app. I've been going to school. I've been doing everything right. And I'm underfunded. And if this video somehow gets to Puffy, call me. And I thought that was very gutsy. Because I felt like this.
Calculated, really. Though.
Very calculated.
Very calculated.
And at the end of the day, if Puffy is as businessman as he is, if he's as smart as he is, he made that business. Even if you didn't steal it, because great minds think alike. Puffy been around, made him a gang of adventures.
But he got so many people working for him.
Right. That somebody could have stolen and he didn't know.
No, exactly.
Yeah, so.
Or he owns some janky shit, but either way, there's so many people working. That's like me saying, oh, this is a good idea. Let's do Ron.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's dope. Not knowing where it came from. You think I'm the genius or whatever.
That's a lot of that.
It's a lot of it going on. That's why I said, just like with the Insta stuff thing, I'm not going to be like, I made this up on my own. My inspiration is right in here.
And you shout them out, get an interview from
love,
them.
credit,
That's
the whole
easy.
nine.
Yeah,
how
it's
I
easy.
started it, why I started it,
Should be.
what inspired me.
Mhm.
That's
No,
how you
because
run that.
I seen that same thing. Like what you saying. Like I seen that too. Like I was like, the solution is Buffy. You got a new CFO. That's who you hire. If he's saying he already did the odds and the ends, that's your business partner.
Right.
That's the solution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, also, in our community, we gotta dig deeper for some solutions. We gotta stop reacting and find a solution. That's what I'm good at. I think that's my God's given talent. Like, this happened. Okay, well, we can argue about that.
Yeah.
Well, how are we gonna
Get the problem.
Fuck the problem.
Yeah.
Fuck the
We
problem.
here to solve them problems.
What's the problem? Okay, cool. Let's get it right. Let's figure it out. Even if it's like oh, I owe you money, bro. I don't have it.
Yeah.
You know that takes a whole lot, right? That takes a whole
You
lot
got
to
it.
say.
But the respect is,
But-
I'm gonna get you your money.
I'm gonna get you your bread. I
ain't
don't
got it
have
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm communicating with you.
Right.
I'm communicating and letting you know that I don't have the bread.
Yeah.
But I'm not ducking you. I'm not.
Not
So
ducking
anything
you.
after that
Yeah.
is an ass whooping.
Right.
Any slander, anything you're not getting your money, you're gonna ass whoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I came to you as a man and I said, yo, bro, I don't have it. Give me a couple days.
I'm gonna go get
My
it.
nigga, I don't even got my chains on.
Yeah.
But most
That's
people
to tell you
don't
something.
respect that.
Don't owe me money, have your chains on.
Right.
So we're going to the pawn shop.
Go get my money. There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as I say, what's the solution?
Yeah.
How can we get past
Always seeing the
the
problem.
problem? We do that. Women do that the best. Daddy, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. You didn't do that.
Wait, hold on.
No, hold on.
Wait,
Let him
wait,
finish his statement.
rewind
Let
that.
him finish what he's saying.
I'm not never gonna bash all women. Never.
Right.
Because what I
Right.
mean by that, this is what I mean by that.
Let's listen to the perspective.
Small thinking women, let me take that back. Small thinking women, they look at the problem instead of trying to figure out
See the bigger picture.
how to solve it with the person or with they man, you know what I mean? So for me, it'd be minute things like even my girls that get together, hey, who you didn't do that, you didn't do that, you didn't do that. And it's like, girl, that was last year.
Yeah.
When you did that, girl, that was
2 years ago.
why are we going there?
Thanksgiving.
Can I help you with your verbiage, though?
Go ahead.
For real.
Go ahead. I appreciate it.
Small thinking.
So we can
girls.
move this into healthy relationships.
Small thinking.
Yeah, we can move this into
These
relationships.
mics probably ain't even on.
Yeah, they
Testing
are.
mic.
They are.
Can y'all hear the tap? Don't they do that on
It's gonna be
Instagram
on-
where they tap the screen like this when you're thumping
gonna
somebody
be
on
on
the
there.
forehead? No?
Oh, the boot.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I want to do that.
She want to do the jar.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. But no, let's change the verbiage to small thinking girls
Okay.
who probably have not been taught, who probably didn't have women in their lives to be able to talk to them, to teach them how to communicate,
Yes, ma'am.
to teach them how to respect a man,
Yes, ma'am.
to teach them how to be a respectable young woman,
Yes, ma'am.
to teach them how to carry themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Not having those things, they're at a disadvantage, right? So I agree with you, but I'm saying let's change the verbiage to small thinking young girls who need to be taught.
Yeah, no, they
That's
need
not
to be taught.
women.
Yeah, and the okay, that,
I.e., no wire hangers.
there you go.
There you go.
And that was the problem, right?
Period.
The solution to that is don't listen to your mama and your auntie. Go find somebody that can educate you in those areas sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta go find mentors and women that's why I love, like what you say. I love when I see women empowerment groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I never seen? Male empowerment groups.
Don't know nigga want another nigga tell him how
What
to
to
do shit.
do? They got that issue. They
It's
don't want to
weird.
work for the white man
But
already.
then you
Weird.
guys said drop your pride earlier, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
okay, so if you drop your pride and then fast forward, maybe they need to see. You know what? Maybe. You know what? So okay, so something just came in my spirit.
Come
For
on.
real, for real. Like you know how you feel it in your stomach and then it starts to come up, right?
She felt something
So
else
it's
about
about-
her, but I don't want.
It's about to come out, right?
It
I
was
can't
really
control it's about to
real.
come out.
It
So
was so real.
this whole time we've been at the studio today, I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of great things to say. I feel like you have a lot of talent, but you wore me out mentally.
I'm sorry.
Because it was a whole lot of good things. But you know, it's like it was just like really good things, but a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the challenge is gonna be is why don't you create that group? Why don't you create that group? Because you do have an audience and you do have, you know, you are giving back and you're talking about the things as being an artist. You're talking about things that other artists are not talking about.
Facts.
They're not willing to go out there and put their ego on the line. They're not willing to go out there and put their pride on the line to say, hey, you need help, just say it. Why don't you be that person? We're not stuttering. Oh, now we're turning the mics off.
No.
It's too old, man.
No, so whatever I'm gonna do, I agree with you, and I'm gonna accept your challenge. I'm gonna accept your challenge because not only did I get challenged, but I got challenged by a black queen that sees the vision like I saw it. So I said something, and you see the change in that. You see where that can help and change.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what we need. What we just did right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You challenged me, and I got
that's iron right there.
Yeah, you know
that's,
what I mean?
that's definitely iron right there.
So you know what I mean? One of my favorite movies is 300. I don't care about the men in the movie.
Yeah.
I love the wife. I love when she told him, watch your mouth. Like only Spartan women make Spartan kings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Black women make kings, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And black women, you know, they keep us sharp and they keep us stable. What she was saying, and even her being able to correct me, hey yo, those are small thinking girls, because a woman would never act like that. That's why she said, I'm gonna help you on your verbiage.
Yeah, that's right.
We need help on our verbiage, black man. Sometimes we need help to really get our point across. There's a lot of people in jail because they didn't know how to say it. You know what I mean? They didn't know.
Say that again.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of people in jail because they didn't know how to say it. You know what I mean? So I think for me, being raised by a black woman, my mother died, my grandmother raised me. Both of my grandmothers raised me from my mother's side and my dad's side. My dad was a single child, but he also has 20 brothers and sisters from my grandfather. My mother's mom, I got my wisdom from her. My grandmother, she's one of the most wisest person I ever met. But she always used to tell me, like, when I didn't fit in. Of course I wanted to gangbang. I was harder than any gangbanger that wanted to gangbang at the time.
Get your face.
Because I really would do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I did it because I was mad. My mama did. Yeah. I did it because I was angry. I was in pain. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it wasn't until I met a couple people that were interested in my music. Hey, my nigga, you got talent. Hey, my nigga, you hard. Hey, my nigga, you can go somewhere. I can. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, man, you know, got the studio over here, man. Come over here, man. Then I go to the studio, everybody, man, you done. That high was worth way more than me beating a nigga ass or hopping in the car to go do some dirt. That high I've been chasing for the last 20 years because it felt better. So then it got to the point of politics. Oh, the homie ain't in the hood. Okay. Beat me up. I said, that don't leave, nigga. Fighting don't leave like walking.
Right.
If you know how to fight, nigga, you know how to, if you know how to walk, unless you paralyzed, you gonna walk forever. You understand me? So fighting don't go nowhere.
Nature, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fighting for me is not to be the aggressor anymore. It's to protect myself.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't look at negative energy or a person coming at me negative as a excuse to assault him or to murder them. Right. I look at that like, okay, let me figure out where this nigga coming from. Let me figure out, his cousin may have died today. Mm-hmm. His mama may have died today. This person may have got into some road rage situations. Let me figure out where this person is coming from.
Yes, to make the situation.
I've molded myself into a person that if you don't like me, something wrong with you. Mm. So it's easy for me to spot that when they get away from this person.
Yeah.
Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. Because I'm not coming off aggressive.
Right.
So when
you done worked on yourself so much
to where, like I said, if that nigga, bro, why you coming at me like that? All right, cool. I'm gonna get away from
you learn how to love yourself.
Yeah, I learned how to love myself. Yeah. I learned how to love life because what's the key thing about life? What's the one thing about life that you can't do in Grand Theft Auto?
You can't. You said the one thing you can't do.
The one thing you can't do in Grand Theft Auto.
Come back to life.
You only get one of these motherfuckers.
Right.
Everybody didn't make the Bible. Some people did. Some people told stories. Some people got wisdom from God to write them books.
Yeah.
Right? But everybody didn't. I'm pretty sure it was people that live like it is. Let's say I'm a fan of Hannibal. But Hannibal was a king of Carthage. He was bred to kill Romans. He walked over thousands of people through the mountains, across the sea, elephants. Put torches on their tusk and smack them on the ass to send them to the enemy. So now the enemy see all these torches coming at him. He thinking it's the army. But he did that because he was outnumbered. This is before Christ. So what that told me was he was deceptive. That means that deception was here before Christ. So a man had to see deceit to understand deceit. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And learn.
Right. So then we break another story down to you. Infiltration. Infiltrate. Infiltration is not a bad word. Infiltration can be used as a good word.
Right. Facts.
Moses infiltrated the king, right?
Right.
But this is the question I got for y'all. Who told the king that someone would remember? Moses' mother had to get rid of him because the queen was killing all little boys. The king was killing all little boys.
Yeah.
Because someone told him that a Hebrew boy will overthrow him one day.
Right.
Right?
Who was that boy?
No, who told the king that information? Right? The king trying to run from it.
Yeah.
Motherfucking landed right on his goddamn porch. Right? Then what happened? He was raised as an Egyptian. Right? So that means his mother took a chance to put him in the Nile River with alligators in a basket. Crocodiles, fuck alligators, crocodiles, and the worst fishes in the world. He floated down the aisle, landed on the dock, and landed in the queen's while she was doing her laundry. She took him in as her son and raised him with Ramses II. Yeah. Ramses killed his father. It wasn't the boy that overthrew you. That boy did overthrow you, but let me tell you how he overthrew you. He overthrew you because your son was jealous of him. So your son killed him, killed you, because of how you looked at that boy that wasn't your son. Damn. So now let's take it to another level. That mission wasn't for him to be their family.
We're gonna make this a 6-week class.
I'm sorry.
I'm just
hey man, let's get these gems. Let's get these gems.
No,
okay.
For real.
So
you gotta write it down.
In that mission, just let me know when I'm talking too much.
No,
but in
that I got
in that mission
15 minutes.
I wasn't saying that.
No, I know. But in that mission, I learned something. I learned that at the end of the day, he learned their tactics. And him by learning how to be Egyptian, then he learned how to free the Hebrews. So it go back to that. In that message, when we learn business, black people, then we'll be able to free ourselves. It's not about just uniting in the street and saying the Million Man March. It's about connecting and bringing everybody's business to the forefront and helping each other expand. Once we do that, but we have to infiltrate the business world.
Right.
We have to learn NFTs. We have to learn crypto. We have to learn the stock market. We have to learn how it works. We have to build businesses that become Fortune 500s that I can give you insight on how to do trading on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we have to take that insight and then we have to teach master classes in schools so that way, because that trigonometry you taught me, Miss Smith, that shit ain't doing shit for me today.
Right.
Not Miss Smith. He said Miss Smith. But no,
you know what I mean? That algebra
ain't doing shit.
They ain't doing shit
it's
for
only
me.
Plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, fractions, and percentages.
What do y'all feel like what do all you guys feel like y'all actually learned, like that you use in your adulthood from school? Like honestly.
Nothing from high school.
So you say nothing.
So say elementary, yes.
Okay,
social skills.
Learning how to read.
Okay, let's say high school.
High school?
Nothing.
What'd you learn that you use today?
How to lust after girls?
Okay.
Okay, how to lust after girls.
Just
Marcus.
social skills, period.
Social skills?
Yeah, social
in high school, you learn social skills?
No, but
you
more
learn
like
social skills in Elementary.
Nah, but that's what you're building your social skills. High school
Wait, maybe
parties
you
and
start
stuff.
communicating
Because you don't
at a
start
later
going
date.
to parties and stuff. Think about it. You don't start going to parties and stuff until high school.
I mean, that's
Nah.
a possibility.
I like that.
You was going to parties in middle school?
I wasn't. My mama was.
You know what I mean? I was going to little disc parties and
I
stuff.
was sneaking out the window and doing that.
Yeah, I was going to like little disc parties,
I was-
but in high school, you really start partying. You really start going to different cities and seeing different stuff. Like,
Because somebody got their L's in the car.
yeah,
Right.
you start.
Yeah.
You really start to move.
Okay, so what did you learn that you actually use?
I got a whole show on that.
Can you give us one thing?
I'm a high school teacher, so I could prove
Oh.
all that wrong.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay,
wanna see
Britt.
that. I wanna
Yeah,
see
no,
this.
for that's a
That's
whole
a
nother
whole
show.
show.
I think you
That's
shit out of
a
high
whole
school,
nother
bro.
show.
Yeah, you
Britt,
did.
what about you?
Yeah, you did.
I want to see.
What was I doing?
No, what like from what you learned at high school? Is there anything that you learned at high school that you feel like as an adult that you actually use?
Home economics.
Okay, that's
when
a
I
good
make
one.
the cinnamon rolls in class.
So you learn how to cook from school.
A little bit, but not
Okay.
really. I
Yeah,
learned to
have
cook from my
cooking
aunt and
lessons.
myself. But that was one thing
basics.
the basics, when they implemented that, I was like, oh, this is something that we actually do in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite thing, though, was criminal justice for a tad bit, but that was because my teacher had a dope teacher. But in reality,
Gotta
like,
change some shit.
You don't use
I ain't gonna
nothing.
lie, I had some dope
I
teachers that
failed
taught me some
math
cool
like a
stuff.
bitch.
Yeah.
Like
Excuse
some
me,
economics.
but you know, like, no, I was, because we had modules at Altaloma, and so if you didn't, it was module A, B, C, and D, algebra 1, A, B, C, and D. So you're in algebra 1, and then you have to go through A, B, C, and D. So if you fail A, you're repeating A the whole time until you pass to go to B.
All of that.
And so you're a senior, your last year in module 1, in algebra 1 at module A, when you should be in chemistry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which none of that we use.
None. Not
So
chemistry.
you're holding me back to hold me back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For me,
No.
history. I used history today. Like I just told y'all that story.
Yeah.
I learned that, years ago.
Middle school, I used to
I'm-
love history.
I'm big on Greek mythology.
In
Middle
middle
school,
school,
in
why
middle
middle
school.
school?
You
Yeah,
saying
in middle
you saying
school.
you never used chemistry?
Chemistry?
Yeah.
You use
I mean,
history.
yeah,
you really
you
telling me you never
In
ever
cooking, you
used
use
chemistry?
I don't
In
even
cooking,
think I
you
took
use
chemistry.
chemistry.
You ain't never used
I didn't take
any
chemistry.
chemical.
Look, he waiting to
No
unleash.
sugar.
He said he's a teacher.
You ain't
That's why I
never
said
used
he should
sugar.
even
In
ask
cooking, you use
You ain't
chemistry.
never
Yeah.
used no cleaning solution.
Yeah.
You ain't never used.
But
none
as far as like
It's-
passing
on
curriculums,
the scale of
history.
right. That's what I'm saying. Even history too, because history, a lot of that shit is bullshit. They don't tell the black story, so
Everything.
history
They don't
can't be
tell
history without the
everything.
black
But that's
story.
a part of the story. You know what I mean? You
But that's
That's
what I'm
a part
saying.
of the story.
But that's,
Yeah, that's a
but that's
part
what
of
I'm
the story.
saying. That's why I can't even use that, because without telling our story, the history ain't real. They
Well-
they don't teach us shit about black history in school except for the basic. Martin Luther King did this and that. and
I can't
Rosa
lie,
Parks
they-
bullshit.
It's not just
Same-
black history, it's our history.
That's
You know
what I'm
I mean?
saying.
It's like,
but
it's
the
history in
approved
general.
curriculum.
It's-
Well, the thing about
Right.
let me tell you something I love about Black history is that it has to be found. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Like our story don't need to be in the forefront. You know what I mean? Our story, like I just told you about Hannibal. You know what I mean? Shaka Zulu. You know what I mean? Those people existed.
Yeah.
And the one thing I tell people is, do your research. Like, do your research on things that change the world. I got a magazine at my house right now, the 100 most influential people to ever touch the planet. It got everybody from Gandhi to Kobe in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's a magazine?
It's a magazine. I buy the time. I collect the Times magazines.
Oh, okay.
So I got one. I bought my last one. I bought was a leadership from the Times magazine, which teaches you how to motivate your team, stay on track with assignments, just
Good stuff.
everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's good stuff.
I love it
The
when I
magazine
find
is like
another black
14
man
bucks.
that's reading something. I like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's
I
reading.
don't read books. I read.
But you read
I
it
read
though.
articles. Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
read
That's
articles.
Yeah, I
that's
won't
the
say
part
like
that
I read
matters.
like I'll go get books and shit. Like I
No,
read.
I get books. I'll read any information that's gonna make me better as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, it's whatever suits you as,
Yeah.
as a human being.
And how
Yeah.
you receive it, how
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to go
receive
get
it.
information. So I'll go get it out of a book. Like, hey, what I need to really know about these details about this thing? How can I make myself better in this area? I'll go
And-
find
and-
out who's the best in it
and
and read about it.
and learn from that.
Yeah.
And that's the key. Like those are the things I'm gonna say. You gotta kind of be self-taught these days.
You do.
You know what I mean?
You gotta
You
want
have
it.
to do your
You
own
gotta
research.
want it, and once you do that, like me, I talk like I'm not Muslim and I'm not Christian, and that came in my older day, like growing up. For me, why is because it's too much politics. I'm a man of God.
Yeah.
whatever he want to be called, and he knows
And
that.
that's between y'all.
And that's between us.
Yeah, that's between
But
y'all.
at the same time, I move in his favor, and he moves in mine. And I seen something Farrakhan said the other day. He said, I am a Muslim Christian. I've been telling people that I was that, and people looked at me crazy, like, you're crazy. And when Farrakhan said that, I was like, okay.
Yes.
Somebody understands me.
Validation.
And I felt that because I was like, if Farrakhan could say it, then I know what I feel. I only said it because I
It's
felt
real.
it.
He gave you that validation.
I didn't say it because I wanted to sound cool.
Right.
I said it because that's how I feel.
Right.
I trust in Christ. I believe that there was a Christ.
Right.
I believe that God did give his unbegotten Son to understand why he
on a higher
loved.
frequency.
Yeah, because
That's a higher frequency.
he sent somebody here to understand why he loved us so much. See, the devil didn't like God because he felt like, why you love them? My lungs go. Me and Gabriel singing and Daniel blowing the trumpet and all that. What is wrong with you? Why do you love them? Hey, we need to overthrow this nigga. He's losing his mind. That shit go on today.
Yeah.
Nigga, history is put here for you to learn from. So that's why I tell people, like, we already showed Cain killed his brother for jealousy. Cain left with his sister. You know what I'm saying? We seen and heard the stories and seen it time and time again, and it happens today. Jesus' mama went to go have him in the manger because the hotels was booked.
So what they said, there's nothing new under the sun. So that means we call it something different. That's all.
So then what is we tripping on?
We call it something different.
What is we tripping on if everybody been passed the test for you?
Right.
If everybody done passed the test already, then why are we worried about A, B, C, and D? Or sometimes other.
Yeah.
Right?
You ain't paying attention to the answers. They in front of you. You ain't paying attention.
Do your history.
Can't be paying
Learn
attention.
from your history.
Look, that's
Learn-
why he said history.
Learn
Here,
your
look.
history.
You don't like that history?
What?
He said,
Most rappers.
You don't like
ask
that
a rapper
history?
right now. I'm 34 years old. Ask a rapper who started hip hop. Ask Lil Baby who started hip hop.
Who started hip hop?
African Bambaataa.
Right.
Where was hip hop created? In Money Manhattan. You know why I know that? Because I care about my culture.
Yeah.
Because I love my lineage, my legacy and my lineage. I know, I was born and raised in California, but I know about the New York niggas that changed my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Because if rap wasn't an option, then who would I be?
Right.
What voice would I have?
And they was rapping about a struggle, just to let you know.
Know your forefathers.
Real life shit.
Know who came here before you to set the precedent for you to be you.
It's important.
500 years ago, slavery existed.
Yeah, straight up.
That's a long time ago. But we barely figuring out. We just got had riots 6 months ago for the same shit. Y'all niggas still asking to come in the house? We still asking to be equal?
Well, segregation was just about 40, 50 years ago. That wasn't that 60 years ago. That wasn't that long ago.
Right, but
That was like
but
recent.
we were out of segregation for 60 years. Free for 500, and we celebrating Juneteenth about some niggas who didn't know they was free? Come on, man, we settled. That's what we do best. We settlers. We settle for a birthday, Martin Luther King Day. We settle for it. You know what I'm saying? We settle for them saying, y'all gotta go to them schools. We settle for it.
Yeah.
We settle. You know why we settle? You know what I love about football? When the player ain't happy, the nigga holds out. Hold the fuck out.
I ain't saying
Very
shit.
few
I ain't
people hold
playing.
out for the whole
You
season.
know why niggas can't hold out?
Very few.
Motherfuckers complain about gas prices. Oh, the gas prices is too
Hey,
high.
you gotta-
Everybody stay home.
Yeah.
Keep your ass home for a day.
Right.
Gas prices drop the fuck
Right
down.
back down.
But ain't nobody willing to do that.
That's because everybody worried about the problem.
Listen,
Exactly.
they gotta hop in their car and go to the gas station just to turn on their music, just to be out, just to.
But I beg y'all to pick a week to stay home
Right. And see what they do about
and watch
that.
how you change.
They
the
not
world.
about to move. That's
And don't spend.
That's the
that
same
money.
shit. That's on a larger scale. That's the same shit I keep saying. We were talking about the NFL, the NBA, and shit, and how all the players, all the black players that make all this money and everything, but if they start their own league because they are the talent, you're not going to find a fucking white LeBron James.
No.
You're not going to find Steph Curry. You're not going to find James Harden. If
No.
these motherfuckers literally took their talent and started their own league,
It would
there's
be-
no
you wouldn't have no
NBA. You don't have a choice.
You wouldn't have a
So
choice.